Hi, everybody. Today's words to live by are: Very truly, I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these. And that is from John 14:12. So, ordinary people, how can we possibly do what Jesus does and more? And I love this verse, this passage from Scripture, because it sort of reaffirms this empowered action. It sort of says, okay, faith is not just your belief, it is actually putting the energy behind it to say, and not only if you believe, you can actually do greater than what I have been doing. And so to me, it just sort of hits all the right buttons because I think it's something that spurs legacy. I think it spurs service. I think it spurs a lot of effort and trying to sort of go after things that might feel difficult or maybe even impossible. I know for me, when I start to get feelings of self doubt sort of creep in about anything, I come back to this passage quite a bit and I just say, of course, yeah, even though I am an ordinary soul on this earth, I still have that divinity in me to do everything that Jesus says in this passage. And so it's this real strong affirmation without it feeling to me like it's preachy. It almost sounds like matter of fact. And I appreciate that too, because it just feels like it should just be like, of course, it's normal for ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Like, of course. And that's kind of how I've always approached things, or I've tried to approach those things, because it comes down to just a belief, but then it's belief into action. And I just think there's that anything is possible. And I think myself included, but a lot of people, they get sort of deprogrammed as they go through their life to sort of say, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, that's too difficult, that's out of your reach, etc., etc. And especially as you age, it's like, well, you can't do that anymore, you're too old. And it's like, no, that's definitely not the case. And in fact, it's probably the complete opposite. So I just come back to this quote so often. I think about it. I probably think about it once a week, if I'm honest. And it just sort of transports me to, okay, my faith is not just my belief. It's actually belief in action, and it's belief in spirited action. And that can manifest in service. It can manifest in something I'm doing with my kids from a legacy perspective. It can be community based. It could be any number of things. And so I hope this passage, if you haven't thought of it in a while, I hope it, rings a few bells and helps some people out there. So if you enjoyed this, please like and or subscribe, and I will see you again soon.